Hey everyone, this is Blades of Firewolf. This is Roundup part 128. I'll call it more bucket list relics. I went to Metal Detect Prospect Park 6 times, and after all this time, 3 years of detecting, 3 years of metal detecting Prospect, I'm finally done with it. But I will have to metal detect some of the same spots, because I know the dirt gets moved around and things get changed multiple times here and there. When it comes to the soil, it's unknown how I'm gonna, start, because this actually is my last hunt here. It's hard to space it out, but I did 6 hunts. So many cool relics and stuff, and a lot of cans and twisty tops attached to some glass bottles and junk. I'll start with this because it's separate from the rest. Just more copper wire, back of a pocket watch, pretty corroded. I could use Barkeeper's Friend if there's any words on it, but I doubt it. This dirt here is because it still has some dirt in it, trying to clean it out. I might have to use a vise and some pliers without breaking it. If it breaks, it breaks, but the top of a lipstick case and the bottom of a lipstick case, yeah. And since I didn't really get much clad, I only got like 35 cents, a couple copper memorials. But you know what's really good? Now that they quit making pennies, these copper pennies are probably worth 5 cents each, depending on condition and how many. A lot of cool relics. I dug up a pipe, and underneath that pipe, and this was underneath a very old tree, and underneath that pipe I was getting a signal, recheck your holes because you never know. And I got this really cool all solid brass buckle. Could be a military buckle, though unfortunately I can't find any words on it. Not that I could see with my eyeballs. I don't see nothing on there. But it is all brass. I used what I can. It still has some of that gold color to it. So, very old brass buckle. And a bucket list. Well, I'll go through the bale seal, lead bale seal. A few 22s. I got a long 22. All the scrap brass and copper. A whole bunch of wire. This was staked into the dirt in one orchard, and I pried it out. It is a rivet, but I'll keep it because it does have a star on it. A lot of the ones I find have nothing on it, but I'll keep this one. Another shotgun head stamp. It was actually laying on the surface like this, and I was like digging it. It kind of rang in the 60s a little bit, but it's a common one. I think a UMC company number 12 Majestic. It's old, but fairly common. I found these in a spill with a zinc penny. A bucket list because I've never found these. Found a few Canadians, but never Canadian wheat pennies or the Canadian maple leaf. I mean, they're as old as wheat pennies. King George, I think that's the 5th. King George the 5th, 1 cent, 1929. And King George the 5th, 1 penny, Canadian, 1932. So, yeah, I got a 29 and a 32. That's pretty cool. And to end it off, I went to Metal Detect kind of close proximity to where I found the 1920 in kind of that same row of orange trees. The good news is it's legible and it's good in detail. The bad news is it's not good in condition. But as you can tell, some of these aren't actually fresh breaks. It's like it was already mangled up when I dug it. It was about 5 inches under an orange tree. But it's my oldest mercury dime, a 1917 S, I think. if it's going to focus. There you go, 17S. Very mangled up, but hey, another silver, another 90% silver mercury dime. I'm not done with Prospect. Just because I finished all the orchards doesn't mean I'm done with the park in and of itself. I actually might even think of doing the sidewalk strip of the surrounding park. And there's a new park called Franklin Park that I've never been to. It's kind of small, but maybe I can get a chance to do it this coming January. But, oh man, there's so much stuff. Dug a lot of trash, a lot of cans. I found a new area where on the right side I keep finding so much really old, well, fairly old relics and stuff that I probably need some help IDing. But I think this is, yeah, this is hunt number 2. But yeah, $1, I think it's $1, $1.33. But a Bucketlist, it's happened. I finally found my first ever Kennedy $half or half dollar at Prospect Park. It was 5 inches down in between some old orange trees, kind of in the center line. Kind of like where I found that 1899 Barber, but a different spot. Not silver, 1972, but I'm keeping it. It's cool finding your first Kennedy half anywhere. That's, I think, my second one that I found with the Garrett 400. So, yeah, Garrett East 400. Few shotgun head stamps. The usual clad. I already mentioned that. I think this one's the, yeah, UMC number 12 Nitro Club. The Primrose. I think these are dated from like 1910, I think. I've already dated some of these, so you could just go back to my list where I actually dated all these shotgun head stamps. Here's the 1901 repeater. It's very corroded real bad, so yeah, you can't see anything. This is a primer. This is a Peters number 12 primer, dated between 1902 and 1911. Very cruddy, and unfortunately it's got a nasty crack on it right there, as you could tell. But yeah, 2 more lead bale seals. Got this really cool ring that I thought was going to be real, but it's not. It does say Silver Mexico on the back. I think it's some type of silver plated. It's a junk ring, but eh. 2 more tree tags, aluminum. They read kind of like quarters when you dig them. They're like 5. Some of these, actually, I think all these 2 right here were about 6 inches plus. So, and I didn't make that mark. It was already broken when I found it. But yeah. Tree tags, a junk broken ring, piece of harmonica reed. I already mentioned the bale seals. This is not a washer. It's actually the spinning top off of the oil lamp that I found. Remember earlier this year in March, I found pieces to an oil lamp. That's the spinner part. Sadly, there's no writing on it. As you know, I worked as hard as I can cleaning it, and I can't find any info about it. So, unfortunate. Oh yeah, I don't want to forget. I actually did research on all these finds when I got that chance. This button I found under an orange tree. It's JB Company, patented December 9th, 1924. It's all aluminum. Actually, I looked and someone on eBay is selling this button for like $8.99. Same design button, same color, same writing. I mean, if it actually is worth $9, then hey, that's something. But yeah, an old 1924 button. Yeah, I looked it up, and sure enough, it is 1924. Got a set of keys, a bit of scrap, old rivets, no writing on it, unfortunately. It's pretty well toasted, though I did got a good piece of copper tubing. An old rivet. I can't figure out what it is. It says Acorn Make or something. If the camera's gonna focus right there, you can make it. Yeah, it's got some steel in it. I don't think it's too old, but it's something. This, I need some help researching on what it is. Maybe someone could tell me exactly what it is. It's some type of strap webbing. This actually is a hole where the leather or something would go through it. It's got a star. Actually, I thought it said UMC right there. UMC Company, CO. LUB Libby or Luby something. It's pretty well toasted. Actually, I did break off a piece when I dug it 4 inches down in some dry dirt by the orchard, but I'm glad I at least didn't break the entire thing. Someone lost a set of keys. Probably fairly old. 313. Yeah, I got a set of keys though. A memorial. Another wheat penny, 1944S. Very common wheat penny. Maybe one of these days I'll find something from like the 30s or 20s, but alas, I find a common 44. That's hunt number 2. Number 3, I dug this and it rang up like a $50, 94, 95. It was about 5 inches, a big copper tube, probably a good $1 piece or more. Copper wire, some little bit of brass, a sugar teaspoon, probably from like the 50s. I looked it up. Actually, this was laying on the surface, folded over. No, it's not a drug spoon, I can guarantee you that, because it would have been broken off if it was, but yeah, it's aluminum. But yeah, old teaspoon. Rifle bullet. It's interesting because I thought, no, this one's the Peters or 30 something. I like this one because it's actually got 1010 and there's some letters in there. Something RA. I thought I read 2 numbers where it's a 10 and a 10. Yeah, right there, 1010. Yeah. Maybe someone could tell me what this is. It's brass. Could have been gold gilded at one point, but still not sure what it is. Maybe someone could tell me what it is. All brass. No writing on it, unfortunately. Only 21 cents in this new orchard area. The back of a Darney compact. It says Darney. It's got a cool sun design going around it. Perfumer, New York. Still has some of the makeup inside of it. Actually, Sister Ann from my church actually looked it up, and this actually is from the 20s, right around the 1920s. Bucketlist because it's my first compact. I never believed in a million years I'd find a compact, but there you go. Old dog tag, my oldest dog tag. It's got, that's how they lose them. It gets wore off at the top, and it was actually on the surface. It was bent in half until I used the vise to straighten it as good as I can. It says Redlands dog tags to July 1949. You may not see the 9, but before I bent it, it wasn't the shape of a 9. So yeah, 1949. Maybe I'll find something older, but you never know. It's doubtful, but you never know. This is off of an old horse brass or horse tack. It was on the surface. It rang up like a clad dime, 85. I think because of the shape. I was afraid it was going to be another can, actually, because I've dug a lot of cans and trash in this area. But it's a nice change, finding an old piece of history. The leather would have attached to this. This would have been a Rains guide or something for a horse. Could be as old as Prospect Park, 1896, maybe. The shaker lids, Bucketlist, because this, I thought, well, it rang up, it was 4 inches down, and I was like, it rang up, hey, like a clad dime and a twisty top. I dug it up, and I thought it was this. No. Try to get it out. Easy. It's very brittle. It's already broken in a few pieces, but I do believe it to be sterling. But this is no doubt what it was reading on the machine. Sterling silver. I don't know if the camera's going to focus, and you'll see the sterling. There's a symbol right there, if the camera's going to focus on it. You might see, yeah, there, sterling. It's got an MW with like an S in the center. Probably a maker's mark, but yeah, sterling silver salt and pepper shaker lid top. Yeah, cool piece of history, no doubt. This actually is a function. It's almost complete apart from the glass part, and it's pretty battered. I'm not messing with it anymore after cleaning it because there's a nasty crack on it right there, as you could tell. It's like copper. Both sides, it says push and pat. P-A-T and push. It's actually this right here. It opens and closes the vent. It opens and closes the vent so nothing will spill out of the shaker lid top. It's old for sure, probably from like the 1930s at a guess. Unfortunately, while doing research, I can't find anything that has this mechanism. So maybe it's a specific brand. Maybe it's for a spices top. I can't be 1,000%, definitely old. And this right here I found on the next day actually still had the shaker lid attached to it until I cleaned it. And then the top crumbled in my hand. It broke. This survived, but the shaker top didn't. So, yeah, I didn't find much clad, but that's a pretty good day. And another shotgun head stamp, which an old snap. Gotta show the old snap. No words on it, unfortunately. But another UMC company number 12 Majestic. Very common. Next, this day. Oh man, I found a lot of stuff in this day. Maybe someone could tell me what this is. It is silver, no doubt. Definitely silver. Probably sterling. It was probably marked sterling at one point. It's not the top of a shaker. It could be the top to a cane, you know, a walking stick cane at a guess. But maybe someone could tell me what it is. And actually, this piece right here I found on I think the 5th day. Yeah, 5th day. The 5th day I found this in one orchard. And I think these two go together. So what on earth is it? Maybe someone could tell me what it is. It's quite mangled, but I have no question about it. These are silver. But yeah, can never ID what that is, though it might have had a pin that went through it right there. It's got the same design, same logo, shape. It's got the grapevines and stuff. This was under an orchard tree, probably a few rows up ahead, and this was in that one right stretch where I found all these old relics. copper plate with nothing on it. The top, it's broken, but it's a number 10 thimble, probably from like the 1920s, maybe older. Broken, but still pretty cool. This might be silver. Actually, I think it is sterling silver, but the marking's gone. I actually looked up shaker lid tops if they were silver, and they do. They make them sterling silver. Not all the same design. They're usually different. This still had a bit of glass inside of it, but no doubt silver, which could explain the numbers. It rang up like a clad dime. 84, 85. Got this whole bunch of lead. Someone can help ID what this is, please let me know. I have a good guess, a couple good guesses. It could be part to a picture frame. It's got this really ornate silver plating design going around it. It would have attached to something. It's got this part right here, like almost like a glass or something would have attached to this part. Unfortunately, there's no words on it, so maybe someone could help ID what this is. Please let me know. It's really, really cool piece of history, though. Old snap, 22, a nugget dog tag, aluminium, modern. This I found under a very old red tree, probably 100 years old, in that line of all these relics. A garter clip that says Pata Pedfur or something. Fairly old, as old as the compacts maybe. Yeah, compacts. A patented Princess Pat. The history on this is because it actually is because a husband and wife couple, they moved to Chicago. They started their own business, making lid tops for perfume and stuff. Where the rest of it is, I don't know, but it's the top of a compact. Not the same one, different. Probably from the 30s. This is part maybe to a chandelier, made in France. I used the vise and some pliers to try to straighten it out without breaking it. It's still quite bent, but, you know. And this is the only day where I found 0 coins, except for one. And it's my oldest sweet penny in a while. It's pretty slick, but it's a 1917. I think it might be a D. I need to look again. But it's a 1917. It was only 3 inches down, so yeah. But that's awesome. My oldest wheat penny for a while. I found a 1919, a 1910. Now I got the 17. So yeah. So that's hunt number 3. Number 4. A little bit of clad, 60 cents, old rifle bullet. I think this might be a Peters or something, or a UMC, sorry. A cog for a pocket watch or a clock. I already mentioned this. Old locker key, probably from the 30s. It's IL Company. You could read it if you like, Independent Lock Company. On the back, I think it says Massachusetts or something. It's very flaky, real bad, though. Old buckle. It's flat on the back and front. I found this under an orange tree. It probably could be off of maybe, yeah, don't want to forget the 22 casing I found on that day. But, yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Could be for a horse tack, maybe. Old rivet. That's my only rivet that I found in this orchard area. Bucketlist, because it's a fully, well, not intact, but a full compact. I opened it and I knew that the hinges were going to give in because the center part, the rod was iron. There's some iron in there, as you can tell. It's actually from a Hussey, a Hussey compact from about the 1920s, 1930s. I think they're still in business to this day, doing different things and stuff. But I wish it had a coin inside, but oh well. Can't always get what you want, Ian, and that's a fact. But yeah, it's not easy putting this together with one hand, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, the words and stuff are in the back. You might be able to read it if you like. Bloomfield, New Jersey. That's pretty cool. Old trolley button. All I can read on the back is Button Company. Unfortunately, it's pretty caved in, and as I was cleaning it, the shank broke off. But probably from, again, the 1930s, at a guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Got some brass, copper scrap, some lead up here. This could be from a Civil War bullet. Nah, could be. It could be not. It could be a musket. You never know. I'll put this with the special lead because it's got all that white patina on it. And it looks like a musket ball that hit a tree, maybe. You never know. Under an orange tree, I dug this cool cap. Old copper. Yeah, just think this is a back to a compact. After thorough cleaning, it says made in USA right there. So it's something pretty cool. It would have, and I found the top part, which I'll get to in a bit. This, I have some cool history. It's actually the top to a talcum powder container that was attached to this thing right here. And after some research, these two go together. From the 1920s. Yep, this is from the 1920s. So a lot of this stuff is probably an old Great Depression dump where I found all these. At a guess, probably from the 1920s to the 30s. Probably during the 1929 crash. Somebody probably threw all this stuff away. This was near like an old hole. Maybe someone could tell me what it is. I have a good guess on what it is. Either the top key to maybe a typewriter, because there's an F on the back right there. There's an F right there. It's brass, very corroded though. A key to a typewriter or a key to something. Maybe someone could tell me what it is, if they can, please. There's no other words on it, but yeah. This is actually a hub for your shoe. I dug it. It was in the 60s. I might try to do some, manipulation, cleaning on this thing. Maybe it will probably reveal some more detail. Maybe it'll reveal the patented date. Nothing on the back. On here it says KH or something Baker, B-A-K-E-R. Warranted German silver. That's all it says. It's not silver, it's copper, brass, but certainly something cool. Now, someone could please tell me what this is. I would like to know. It's got some iron rod right through here, and it's all brass. Very decorative, as you could tell. Mom says it could be off of a carriage. It's quite heavy for it to be off of furniture, but it could be, you never know. I'm gonna hold on to it until I get a little bit more info on it, but yeah. So that's hunt number 4, 5. And the last is all the scrap. Look at all that brass. Brass And yeah, just scrap metal brass. I found the top to that compact, and these two do go together. No doubt about it, these two go together. This might be for a chandelier or a candelabra. It's brass. It's very brittle. Yeah. This is an old this is an old pocket watch back with a really cool train on the front. You might be able to see a little bit of it. It's probably from like the 1900s, early 1900s, teens, but that's awesome. I'm going to clean it as good as I can, and maybe there's more detail to it. Another sterling silver salt and pepper shaker lid top that's caved in, but it cleaned up really good when I pulled it out, about 4 inches. I do think it is silver. This was screwed up on the surface. A little baby spoon with some marks on it, maybe some initials, H&E or something right there. A little bit of clad, 57 cents, a little silly little cartridge that says US something. This is hollow. It's probably a bullet, maybe, or maybe someone's starting to make a bullet. Got a lead washer, piece of lead. This is the cap. This goes together. So I found this online that was like mint, like brand new, going for a lot of money. But no doubt these two go together. So that's some pretty cool history right there from the 20s. This might actually be off of probably maybe webbing. Brother Brian Pfeiffer that lives with us, he looked it up and said that this might actually be for webbing for an old swimsuit cap, like a cap. It's got some chrome to it. I can't be 1000%. It's got something in cursive. I can't make it out, though it does say Sava Wave. So yeah. And that's kind of it. But I'm not done with Prospect, even though I completely cleared out the whole place. Holy cow. I'm not done. Now that I found Franklin Park, I'll probably do that in January. But yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And thank you so much for over 700 subscribers before the new year. That's amazing. I'm going to update you guys on some things when I get the chance, but it's a very long video, but it makes sense. I mean, I titled the video and I showed you all of these cool finds. $3.06 in all 6 hunts, but feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you'll know when I'll upload, and turn on that notification bell so you'll get notified on videos. I'm Blaze the Firewolf, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Goodbye now.